Welcome back to the pod. I'm Sara Monika, your host, and if you're a photographer or a wannabe photographer, you are in the right place. This episode comes to you directly from the Shine and Thrive photography community on Facebook, where I go live every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to answer my Shine and Thrivers questions. So not only do you get to actually tune into this podcast and learn a lot for free, you actually can join the Shine and Thrive photography community on Facebook for free as well and ask me questions along the way when you feel stuck in your business, or if you have a follow-up question to an episode that you wanted more clarity on, you can do that right in there. And I love this space because we get to actually connect with one another. You get to connect with other like-minded photographers, network with other photographers in your area or from other areas around the world. So yeah, I invite you to join this group. So right now, before you tune into the episode, go into Facebook on your phone, on your computer, type in Shine and Thrive Photography Community, request to join, and then you'll be in. I can't wait to directly connect with you in there and answer your questions every week. And for now, enjoy this episode as I talk to you about how to post quality content on Instagram. And it's not what you think. All right. This is a goodie. This will motivate you. This will inspire you, and it'll inspire you in a way where you can actually learn how to show up authentically and confidently as yourself. So enjoy tuning in. Daniela Diaz. Hey, Sara, I know people say quantity over quality when it comes to social media, and I'm constantly trying to pre-prepare my Instagram feed, but never love it. So I never actually post, mostly because I'm a year in and still finding my editing style. Do you also agree with this, or do you have another take? Should I just do it for the sake of social proof? There are two deeper things that are happening here, Daniela. Number one, I think you're being too hard on yourself. Basically thinking you're not good enough, right? And not necessarily, because I know maybe you're looking at your photos and you're still not satisfied with your editing style, and that's okay. So I get it. I get that it might not be the feeling of not thinking you're good enough, but it could be. So if we were able to talk back and forth, I would be able to more like kind of decode that, right? But number two, I think you're too in your masculine energy. So like the logical, the structured part of your brain, right? So what I would suggest that you do is that you experiment with just taking the pressure off and the expectation that you have to post every day and you have to do a certain way and you have to say a certain thing and you should post a certain image and it should look this way, and like, whoa, right? Like all those shoulds, they're just so stressful. And like what they do is drain your creative energy and like the artist within you that just wants to emerge. It feels it's like blocked, right? So what I would suggest is that you follow those little hits of inspiration. And I want you to be super aware of them. The only way these little hits, and this goes for everyone, the only way these little hits of inspiration of like when to post and how come is if you let go of this pressure to perform and that logical, structured, masculine energy. If you just let go and you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to post what I want, when I want, and that's it. So if I don't feel like posting today, I'm not. And if I don't feel like posting tomorrow, I won't. And then third day, because you've given yourself that like break, you might be editing something and you're like, oh, I love this image. And then you start talking about the image in your mind, like, oh, I love the way she looked at him in this moment because it was the first time that they got to be alone together after a long day and blah, 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 right? It's like, boom, that's that flash of inspiration. What I do in that moment is I pause editing, I export the image, put it on Instagram. Exactly what's going on in your mind, you just put it into text and that's your caption. And that's kind of how I've always been posting. It's like whenever I see one of my images and I'm like, you know what, I'm really proud of that. Like that's when I take it and I post it. It's coming from that energy of like being really aligned with yourself as an artist and also why you took a certain photo and why you love it, right? So try that. And like, I promise you, Instagram and marketing is going to be so much more fun because it's just going to be more your feminine energy. And feminine energy is more go with the flow, playful, like no pressure, right? And that's kind of been my strategy on Instagram for years. Like some days I'm so inspired because I'm going through old photos and I post 3 photos. And then another day I'm culling a wedding and I'm like, oh my God, I need to post this now. And I post 1 photo that day. And sometimes my captions are more personal because it's something that I want to talk about what's going on in my life. Other times it's a 1-sentence caption of, I love the way that they walked hand in hand barefoot on their wedding day. Boom, up. Like, just like go with it, no expectations. And I promise you, it'll be so much more fun. And that is quality. Like when it comes from you and not what you think you should be doing, when it just comes from what Daniela wants to do, that's when it's quality. Okay. So let me know if that helps. I love that question so much. And I love that you shared that. Monica Walsh, I feel that 100%, the logical brain, expectations, etc. Loving this question. Would love you to dive into this deeper in a podcast, Sarah Monica. Yeah, so that's a great idea. Sarah, extension of what you just said, when you are editing, you will take an image you love and post it right away, or is that your sneak peek? Or do you wait to deliver the gallery first? See all the thinking that you're doing, Monica? This is good. This is a good little learning lesson. This is what's going on in your brain, right? You're like, oh, should I post it? I already sent them the sneak peek and the sneak peek didn't include this photo. Or wait, no, I haven't sent the sneak peek yet. Should I send them the sneak peek first? And then like, blah, all the thinking, like just do it no matter what. Like if a couple gets to see a bonus image, they're going to be excited. They're going to be happy, right? So just do what works for you. Okay. So what I do is every single Tuesday morning, my couples get a sneak peek, the latest. That's the latest. Okay. And the sneak peek is about 20 different images. And then I post either before that or after, or like I just post either some of the sneak peek photos that I really love, or if I'm later reviewing like an edit that my editor sent me and I haven't sent them the full gallery yet, and it's a photo they haven't seen yet, and I feel like posting it, I post it, and then the couple will be like, ooh, an extra bonus photo, right? And just do what you freaking want. And Monica, I love that you just like sent like laughing emojis to me, because this was a great example of like your brain overthinking the fuck out of things, when just like do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. Yay! Thank you so much for hanging out with me and tuning into this episode. If you got value out of it, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Sara Monika Photo. That's Sarah no H, Monica with a K, photo, to let me know. I get so freaking energized hearing from others that what I've said has had a positive impact on their lives. Also, make sure to hit subscribe to the Shine and Thrive podcast to never miss an episode. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm sending you all the productive vibes your way so you have the best week ever.